Hey everybody, Shalom and greetings from Jerusalem, Jane. Before I'm heading out the door to do a little bit of shopping before Shabbat, I just want to jump online and make a video and send it out to all my followers, friends, family, on all my social media around the world to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to each and every one of you who took the time to send a greetings to me for my birthday. As a matter of fact, 2 days later, birthday greetings are still coming in, so that's quite remarkable. So again, thank you so much for your kind consideration to send me a birthday greeting on Facebook. My big Facebook page, Israel One Nation, 226,000 followers on that page. Thank you to you. Thank you for saying thank you, or I'm sorry, for saying happy birthday on Instagram, on my Telegram channel, on my private Facebook, on email. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be honest and say there are so many I'm not going to be able to respond to you personally. There are so many on my private Facebook. I haven't even been able to pull them up yet and see all of them. But I really appreciate that you were thinking on me on my birthday. It was a special day. We were in the midst of a heat wave and a dust and sandstorm. It's going to take days to clean your apartment now, but very hot. So you probably saw the video and the photos that I released from my birthday. I was on the Mount of Olives on my birthday, and you could really see the sand, the dust. All of Jerusalem was just completely covered in that, and it was very windy. My hair was just everywhere, and I just made a short video greeting. It's a special place to be able to be in Jerusalem and also on the Mount of Olives on your birthday. So that's 35 Celsius sand and dust storm on my birthday, and that weather condition created several fires, wildfires, around Beth Shemesh in north of Jerusalem, in the hills out here. It was very bad. People were fleeing on the highway. They had to flee out of their vehicles. Several towns, communities were evacuated because of these horrible fires. We could smell the smoke all the way into Jerusalem. It was all over my apartment actually. So it took 30 hours and more than 100 firefighting teams, and was it 8 planes also working very hard to extinguish these fires. On my birthday in the evening, you know, a new day begins when the sun sets. It became Holocaust Remembrance Day, where we honor and remember the martyrs, the Jewish people who were brutally murdered during the Holocaust. 6 million, and 1.5 million of those were children. So we are in that week now that's very special here in Israel, that's traumatizing, that's painful, before we can go into Israel's Independence Day and celebrate the Jewish nation, Am Yisrael Chai, the Jewish people are home. We're going to celebrate the rebirth of the modern day state of Israel. And for anyone who thinks Israel didn't exist before 1948, well, why don't you try open a history book, try read the Bible, the kings, the prophets, try read the Bible, and all of Israel comes alive. So the Jewish people have been in this land for thousands of years. They were kicked out, they came back, prophecies were fulfilled. So before we can go celebrate on Wednesday evening next week, before that we honor and remember all the Jews who were brutally murdered in the Holocaust just for being Jewish. And then next week on Tuesday night, the siren's going to go off and we are going to remember Israel going to come to a standstill. It's going to be a very painful day, 24 hours where we honor and remember all the soldiers, the police forces, everybody who was killed in battle during war defending the Jewish homelands, but also the thousands of Israelis, of Jews who have been brutally murdered in terror attack around the world and here in Israel. So before we celebrate, we have the pain of the people murdered in the Holocaust, murdered in wars, murdered in terror attacks. Only in Israel is it like that. And naturally, we still have hostages in Gaza. after the October 7 onslaught. It's even more painful. This whole nation is traumatized. We carry our independent trauma, including me, a lot of trauma, ask my muscles. And then we have the collective trauma in this nation, standing united for everything that we went through since October 7 and even before. And yesterday, a young 26-year-old soldier was killed by a Hamas terrorist inside Gaza. So now there's a funeral today for a young Jewish man who was brutally murdered as he was shot by snipers in Gaza defending the Jewish homelands. So yeah, a little bit longer message actually, just to say thank you for your greetings for my birthday. Let me end by saying that for those of you who sent a birthday blessing, a financial blessing on one of the 3 donation platforms I have, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know I'm here alone. I'm single. My families, my siblings, my mom is in Denmark. I'm single. I work alone. I clean alone. I shop alone. I have been doing this alone for so many years, and it's tough. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So I'm solely funded by private people or a church who say, you know what, we want to send a donation your way. So for those who did that specifically for my birthday, it means more than you will ever know. I am eternally grateful. I'm eternally grateful. I still had someone saying yesterday, how can I send a financial blessing to you? So again, that's why I'm sharing my links to my donation platforms, because people are asking. There is a GoFundMe page, and my entire testimony, my whole story is on that GoFundMe. For those who don't know me too well, just go on the page for nothing else, just to read about who I am, how did I come to Israel, what have I been doing here for so long, and how I invite you to stand with me, to be the girly boots on the ground here in Israel. So my story is on that GoFundMe page. I didn't make it. It's a dear friend of mine in America who actually set that up and said, you know, we need to help you and get behind you, Jane, for what you have done for Israel for more than 10 years. So if you want to go read about my story, I would like to actually reach the goal on that GoFundMe. And if you would just share it out, I would also very, 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 very much appreciate it. Then there is a PayPal, and then there is a Giving Fuel donation platform also. It's open for the whole world, but if you live in America, it's tax deductible. So now I'm gonna go out, do a little bit of shopping, the hustle and the bustle and the cooking and the cleaning before it's gonna be Shabbat tonight. Like I said, it's a very, very special week with the Holocaust Day. A soldier was killed in Gaza. There were other soldiers who were severely injured. And then next week, we're going to have the day where we honor the people killed in war, killed in horrific terror attacks, before we go into celebration, celebrating the Jewish homeland. The Jewish people are home. They're not occupying anything. God chose this land to the Jewish people in an eternal covenant. Eternal means forever. You don't occupy what you own and what God has given to you. So we are going to be celebrating that next week. So thank you for your love, your concerns, your blessings, your love, your prayers, your encouragements, financial support for me. I really appreciate it. But most importantly, thank you for your love and your support for Israel and the Jewish people. Shabbat Shalom. Bye.